morning all of you. Today we will discuss regarding the practical part of the effect of pH on the enzyme action, specifically the salivary amylase. So to study the effect of pH on the action of salivary amylase, first we have to take three sets of test tubes. Okay, in the first test tube, which is marked as A, we have to take 5 milliliter of starch solution. So these are the test tubes. In the test tube A, we are taking the 5 milliliter of 1% starch solution. Then 1 milliliter of 1% sodium chloride solution and 1 milliliter of buffer solution of pH 6.8. Next, in the set B, further we have to take first 1 milliliter, 5 milliliter of 1% starch solution, 1 milliliter of 1% NaCl and 1 milliliter of buffer solution of pH 4. pH 4. This is a set B. After that we have set C. In set C we have to take starch solution 5 milliliter 1%, 1% NaCl solution 1 milliliter and 1 milliliter buffer solution of pH 9. Now, all those three sets of test tubes, they are now being transferred to beaker containing water at 37 degrees Celsius. That is, we have to keep them on water bath at 37 degrees Celsius. Before that, we have to add the saliva solution. First, we have to add the saliva solution and then we have to keep it on the water bath at 37 degrees Celsius. Now, what next? Now we have to make three sets of test tubes, indicated test tubes, each of the set containing 8 test tubes in whole, containing the iodine solution in them. Now, with the help of a dropper, 1 drop of experimental solution will be added to the iodine solution from each of the sets kept on the 37 degrees Celsius, A, B and C, and then you have to mark it the initial timing as 0 and you must record the color change and keep repeating it after 2 minutes. Repeat it after 2 minutes. 2 minutes interval you have to repeat all the things. Same thing. So see what will happen. In the first set of the test tubes where the pH is 6.8, in the first test tube there is only the blue coloration retained. See, on the second one it has already been decolorized, in the third one decolorized. But in the second set of test tubes, blue color retained up till 4th. And even on the third one, that is also, we can say till 4th. So what will happen? What the conclusion is that, because we come to the conclusion from here, that is the pH 6.8 is the optimum pH for the activity or the action of the salivary amylase. Why? Because when the salivary amylase is being activated, so it would definitely be acting on the starch properly and digesting it into maltose. Whenever the maltose is formed, so there will not be any reaction between the iodine and the maltose. So that's why no blue coloration retained. But in the first one, see the first test tube, there is blue coloration retained. So means there is starting of the activity of the salivary amylase on the solution. On the second one, partial digestion of starch occur. So from the third one, see, decolorization occur. So complete digestion of starch occur. But on the other pHs, especially on the second one, this is not done, and on the third one also, the last one only become decolorized. So it will take more time to decolorize. It will take more time to digest the starch. So the pH, optimum pH is 6.8, as at this pH only the salivary amylase will start acting or start digesting starch instantaneously, very fast. But on the other pH, it will take time, okay, because on the pH lower than 6.8, the enzyme actually becomes deactivated, and on the higher pH it becomes denatured. So this is actually the proper pH is 6.8, at which the salivary amylase will act on the solution properly.